It's crazy that more people haven't read these books. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be doing the first of two parts here, talking about the most underrated books, in my opinion. And for this one, we're specifically going to be focusing on the number of ratings that books have, specifically with this list, which is all under 5,000, which 5,000 sounds like a fair bit, but for some of these books, it's kind of crazy how low they actually are. And so I thought this would be interesting to talk about it. So this is specifically books that I really, really loved, enjoyed quite a lot. I think more people should read, and we're going to talk about it. Now, I did only use traditionally published books because I could do an entire list of just indie books that I love that have like 3 ratings that I'm trying to get people to read, and I talk about those books quite a lot. So I thought it'd be interesting to look and see some of these that I'm sure you could find many indie books that have more ratings than some of these. So we're going to talk about it. So first, I do have to give an honorable mention, and it's not a book that I gave 5 stars to, and I actually realized I don't even have a copy of the first book, but by far, for the traditionally published Spear, the by far the lowest rated book I found was 83 ratings for Morrigu, The Desecration, which is the first book. This is the second book, Morrigu, The Dead, by Mark C. Perry, which is a, like, sort of like, it's not even quite like D&D, but it's like a wild, crazy 80s kind of thing, and it is this obscure series, and I just, to see that the first one has 83 ratings, that was kind of surprising considering it's been out a while, and I've seen books that are like I would have never even heard of that have way more ratings than that too. So I thought that was interesting. But that one's not actually in the list. I just thought it was a fun one to mention. So starting off our list with a total of 4,890 ratings is Dark Moon by David Gemmell. Now, I know this isn't one of Gemmell's like more well-known books, but honestly, it's David Gemmell, a very popular author, especially at the time, and I was kind of surprised that this had so few ratings overall. Now, we do drop off a fair bit as we go from here, but this one is just a bit under 5,000. And now, I really enjoyed this book. This is also a standalone, and it's Gemmell, so it's pretty short. So this is definitely one that people should check out. It's unique. It has a really interesting world. It's a bit more fantasy elements than you get in a lot of Gemmell as well, too. And so while it's not Janny, it's really great, and I was just kind of surprised to see this one so low. Now the next one might partially be because it's not been out for a crazy long time, but there is a sequel, and I think before long we'll have book 3. So I was a little bit surprised, but partially might just be because in my circles I hear more about it. But next up we had Age of Ash by Daniel Abraham, the first book in Kithamar. Now, I still need to read the second one here. I should note, too, I only did, like, book ones or standalones because ratings tend to drop, like, in number as you get further in a series. Some of them do drop, like, a crazy amount, just depending. But I stuck here with the first book, Age of Ash, which has 3,963 ratings, and this will probably go up over time. But again, this I felt like had it was a pretty big release. Like I specifically remember hearing about it both from just BookTube, because Daniel Abraham was going through, had a popularity from being part of the James S.A. Corey, that author for the Expanse series, and so I was kind of surprised. I know that like Long Price Quartet went way under the radar when that was going out, and is really gotten more now, but I was a little surprised to see this one here. I do still need to continue this series, but I had really, really enjoyed the first book. I thought it was unique with what it was doing, what it was setting up, and the kind of the storytelling style. So that one was, yeah, kind of surprising. But again, we're dropping pretty significantly as we go here, which is just kind of crazy because we're dropping a whole bunch, almost around 1,400 reviews to 2,573 for Song of the Beast by Carol Berg. This book is amazing, is so good. It's the first Carol Berg that I've read, but I really, really think more people should read this because this book was just phenomenal, so good. The storytelling was really bold. The world it sets up, the character story, there's just so much great here. And this was like one of my favorite books I read last year, and I'm kind of shocked that it's more people haven't read it. It's not like super old, but this is I think early 2000s or so, so it's been out for a while, and definitely another one that deserves quite a bit more attention. Next up, we do have a twofer here, and we're going down to 1,747, and that is To Ride Hell's Chasm by Janny Wurts, and that is just criminally low for one of my favorite books of all time. Now, I love Janny Wurts. I will admit I'm a bit biased, and her books in general, I feel like have just never quite gotten the attention that they deserved. And The Wars of Light and Shadow is getting a lot of attention right now, which I absolutely love because it absolutely deserves it. But I've read her whole catalog of her stuff that she published. I haven't read the Empire books yet that she did with Feist, but all of the stuff that's just her, I read all of them, and they're just it ranges from really good to phenomenal, and this one is absolutely phenomenal. We go then dropping down to 1,050 for Sorcerer's Legacy, which is her debut. Can understand a little bit less people have read this, but that's a really low number of total reviews, and this may be a debut, but it is really, really good. It's darker than I expected, very unique, but also just a really good book, and deserves way, way more than that, honestly, I would say as well. Now, we're dropping here, and we're still continuing. The next one's not a huge leap, but again, we're under 1,000 now, and we're only halfway through our list, which just shows you that this is how low some of the ratings can get. Again, all of this stuff, traditionally published stuff, I feel like sometimes people feel like just because you're traditionally published, you're going to automatically have a lot more success and like have way more people check out your books, when there's all kinds of people that are great authors, have great books, and just don't get enough attention. And that's another one here, although I've been hearing a little bit more of late, and I've certainly talked about it. Electric Forest by Tanith Lee. This one is a wild book, and I absolutely I just loved this, and it was so unique and different. This one at 961 ratings. Now, I'm sure Tanith Lee has some other stuff that's definitely more rated. This is the one that I have read from Tanith Lee. I'm looking forward to. I'll be reading some more Tanith Lee here this year. I'm really looking forward to getting to more Tanith Lee, and she has a huge back catalog of stuff. So some of her stuff I'm sure is more ratings than this, but this one is just again under 1,000 ratings for just such a book again last year that it was one of my favorites last year. I absolutely love this. Really, really needs more people to check it out, and so hopefully more people will check it out. Now, the next one, we are again dropping by a fair bit. And I will say this is still quite new, so I think that's definitely part of it. But still, obviously, we've all seen the new books that just get flooded with sometimes more reviews than this before they're even out. So got to mention The Witch Roads by Kate Elliott. This is the first in a duology. The second book will actually be out in November of this year, so I'm really excited. I'll be reading that super soon. I have an e-arc. This, though, 761 ratings, which is quite low. Now, granted, this did only come out this year, so I'm sure that will grow, but I never pass up an opportunity to tell you should all be reading Kate Elliott. As another author I've been trying to get people to read for literally years. And The Witch Roads was really good. It's also it's classic Kate Elliott epic fantasy where it's character focused but with fantastic world building. It's not overly long. It's part of a duology. It'll be out the second book this year. No reason not to check it out. I definitely highly recommend it. Next up, then, we have jumping down to 646, and that is we have Howard Andrew Jones with For the Killing of Kings. Now, this one, funnily enough, I don't currently have a copy of because specifically I gave my copy away trying to get more people to read this. But this is the first book in the Ringsworn trilogy, and it's a really solid trilogy from Howard Andrew Jones that I had read. I came across the books and really liked the covers, especially the third one here, which I don't have an image of that I saved. But yeah, this one is dropping to 646, which again, pretty low. This is a completed trilogy. The first book was my favorite, I think, but it was really solid. Have some sword and sorcery elements, inspiration from Amber, doing really interesting things. All short books, very quick to get through as well. And just Howard Andrew Jones is an author that, spoiler, because this is our other twofer, that just more people need to check out because he's got a lot of great stuff. I want to continue reading more of his back catalog as well, but I really enjoyed that. And the one that we have up next, which is Lord of a Shattered Land, which has only 376 ratings on Goodreads, and that just that is criminally low. Hanuvar has just been such a fantastic series. It is one of my favorite new series. Lord of a Shattered Land absolutely blew me away. I I just loved this book so much. I've been trying to get people to read it. It's one too I know has gotten a bit more buzz, more people checking it out, but that is still just such a low number of ratings. I know it hasn't been out a crazy long time, but it's been out long enough, and I cannot recommend enough you checking out Lord of a Shattered Land. There are 3 books out. The author did pass, but the 3 books are a really good arc. There still may be more that comes out, but even if we just have the 3, it works as a really good ending. So there's no reason to not get to that either. But yeah, just really fantastic. As this one's also very sword and sorcery, but with modern writing and twists, and I think it works so well, and just phenomenal book, and I highly recommend checking it out. And then finally, coming in at just 327, and one that this one didn't necessarily surprise me because I know it's very little known, and I've been trying to get people to read. But In the Eye of Heaven by David Keck. I did a reread of this series and just honestly enjoyed it even more. I was more impressed with this author and what he does with the world building, the lore, the setup, while having really strong characters, and just even more impressed with this my second time through. I still need to reread the 3rd book. I ended up not having a chance to get to it when I planned to, and then I've just been busy. But I just had such a great time rereading this series as well, and it's really good. It's gritty, medieval kind of fantasy, but with just deep lore, great characters, and all kinds of stuff. And it's just I think so many people would enjoy this if they check it out. It's just one that very few people have checked out, so I hopefully more people will. But yeah, 327 is super low, so definitely wanted to mention that as well. So there you have it. There are 10 in my opinion, from books that I loved, the most underrated in number of ratings. I will be doing a second video where we're talking about the average rating, and not the number of ratings, but just the average rating, and going specifically books that I gave 5 stars to that have, I think, criminally low ratings. So we may see some repeat answers here. We'll have to see there, but look out for that one. But let me know your thoughts on any of these, as well as if you've got an example of a book that just feels like it's just absolutely not talked about enough. Absolutely has just a crazy number of low ratings. Always happy to find more books that fall into that category. And so definitely let me know in the comments. Otherwise, that's it for this one. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the links in the description as always for the Patreon if you want to support what I do, as well as the Wizard of the Enclave Discord if you want to chat books, whether any of these books, other books, really anything at all. It's a lot of fun and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.